Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Simply Colorful FiberCast. Today's date is July 27th, I think, but maybe not. Yes, it is the 27th. That's my short-term memory. 2018. My name is Lynn Marquardon, and I'm your host, and today we are talking about bags. So welcome, grab a project, and let's see what we can get done in the next 60 minutes. I'm so glad you're here with me. Let's put this aside. We're going to focus on bags, but before that, before we talk about this bag, I want to talk about brown bags. For those of you who may have been around for a while, and for our patrons, you know that we have done a brown bag mystery quilt in the past. We're going to do it again. Starting next August 1st, next week, we're going to have a brown bag for every patron, and it's going to be sent to you. It will be smaller than this. I couldn't find my little bags. This was in, I thought you'd get a kick out of this. This was in the drawer where the bags are supposed to be. So once we buy some bags, we will put some fabric into each of them and send them out to every patron. And then we will start our mystery the Thursday, actually the Friday after Labor Day. I don't know why I marked Thursdays on my calendar, but we will start the mystery. It will be an 8-week mystery on September 7th. So between next week and the 7th, you can gear up. You'll have the fabric in hand. I'll send it out, start sending it out next week to all our patrons, and be thinking about what the mystery might turn into. So I hope you'll join us. Okay, that's enough about that. Bags, bags, bags. While we're at it, and like I say, this is just classic. This is so funny. This is how busy a week I've had. Just before today's FiberCast, I went to my nice calendar that I want to show you in a minute, and I wrote down brown bag number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I put them all on Thursdays. What is that all about? Maybe it's because the clue has to be done and I post it on Friday at 7 a.m. That's how it works, by the way. You get the fabric in the mail, and then for 8 weeks on Friday morning, I post the clue, and we work on it that night here on FiberCast, and then the mystery is revealed. This time, the clues will only be on the Patreon site. So if you're at all interested, I'd love to have you join us. www.patreon.com/simplycolorful. Okay, enough about that. You have to look at my calendar. Doesn't that look so inviting? For those of you out in Minnesota, you might recognize that. This came from Uline, which is the producer of our bags. There's a theme here tonight. Uline, and they sent this catalog to their customers, and this one is a boathouse that radiates up north appeal. It's a rustic boathouse on the Manitowish chain of lakes. It just seemed an ideal launch pad for an up north adventure. Anyway, every one of these, and I'm only going to go back 1 or 2, every one of these pictures is so inviting. Don't you just want to bring a book or your knitting or a hand project or your kayak? Pretty spring flowers. I know I'm going backwards. Turkeys. Check out that one. I love that one. The moon. And there's one more. So, Uline is in Wisconsin, so that's why they show us this. They have little sayings on this calendar too. So in addition to those beautiful pictures, they have sayings. For example, here's one, and I'll share these throughout the session, so I'll just do one right now. A father is someone who carries pictures where his money used to be. Here's a good tip. Never play a game for so much money it can cost you a friend. That's good. And let's see. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. More is coming, courtesy of Uline. Okay, so enough about that. Oh, if again, anyone out there is new and you want to, this is all about just sharing what we're all working on. Send me a note or a picture to lynn@simplycolorful.com. Bags. This is, I don't know if you all remember, but sometime, maybe over a year ago, I can't quite remember, I bought a kit from CrossCut Sewing Company. They were at a show that my friend Jean and I went to. And it has been one of those kits that I bought it. I bought the fabric to go with it. See my maker? My maker fabric on the outside. It has a magnet enclosure. And then on the inside, it has a little place where I can do my keys. Or Jean had a really good idea, I thought, which I'm going to put my frequent shopper cards, like when I go to Stop and Shop, I'm going to put my loyalty card there, or CVS, because I'm always fishing through my pocketbook to find that. So that's where those are going to go. And then I made a multi-part pocket for the inside. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a piece of lined fabric, and it has 3 pockets in there. And that's it. Oh, and then the leather handle that has grommets. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. They went on beautifully on each side of the basket, and they're leather handles. So I have posted the link on YouTube for this kit if you're at all interested. So I want you to know that. It comes with a pattern. And you might be wondering, well, why is she showing us this if it's all made? Well, now that I'm armed with the pattern that, again, I bought at CrossCut Sewing Company, and now that I've had the experience of making this, which, by the way, I made it with my friends, which was great fun because I could watch how they were doing it and they could watch me. It was really helpful. When you're making a bag, like I know Carol and Deb, we're going to make this bag at some point, the Sew Together bag. We have that on our to-do list, and it will be so much easier to make it together because bags have a lot of moving pieces. And once you make it once and it's fresh in your mind, it's easy to make more. Thus, the focus of today's FiberCast is this. My friend Jean. Yes, if you all are having a drinking game, Jean is the name that you want to bet on. My friend Jean had an idea, and she's very busy and she has a lot of other things on her mind, and she abandoned the idea, and I have picked it up. And I'm going to try to make her vision come to life. Just before the show, I went to Joann Fabrics and I got us some pieces. So we're going to try, this is definitely free-form sewing. So I'm so glad you're here with me, and I am really looking forward to doing this. Let's see if we can take this pattern, the experience we had by making this bag, and these materials that I'm going to show you in a minute, and let's try to make another one. Okay? Okay, so Jean had this idea. She went to a used clothing store and she found this beautiful Irish fisherman knit sweater. And she thought, wouldn't this make a great bag? So she took it apart. And that's what we have here. We have the pieces here. She also envisioned making it a bit modern. And I'm kind of interpreting. We didn't really talk about this much. I didn't know she was going to leave it with me when she left. So she doesn't know I'm doing this. So Jean, surprise. She also had visions of adding black to the bottom, because of course this isn't going to wear terribly well. It's wool and it is felted, but wouldn't it be nice to have this? This is really kind of a rubberized fabric for the bottom. So that's what we have there. We also have extra rubberized piece here, and I keep dropping the other rubber piece. Basically, all this bag is made of is 2 pieces and of outside, 2 pieces of lining, and then you sew them all together. So here's some more black. What else did she leave me? Oh, she must have used up her needles. Okay, so that's all trash. So we have this. We also, when I went to Joann's, by the way, oh, I learned that on August 9th, this interfacing, which is, what kind of interfacing? It's that special one that costs $7 a yard. It is tells you shape flex interfacing, and it's woven, and it does have glue on one side and not on the other. Anyway, it's going on sale August 9th for less than $2 a yard. So if you need this, mark your calendar, August 9th. The woman at the store told me that. Okay, and there's a one-time coupon that you can use tonight for 60% off. So if you happen to be near Joann's and you need some of this, you can get the 60% off coupon. That's what I used. So we have Shape Flex, the interfacing. Now, I was trying to find a lining that would go with this sort of turning an Irish fisherman knit sweater modern with the bottom. And I got this. Now I'm looking at it and it seems a little white to me to go with a fisherman knit. So maybe I'll tea dye it, but we don't have time if I'm going to put it all together. So, what could we do here? Maybe I have another piece that we can play with. So anyway, I got that. Then the important stuff. Oh, my coupons are all gone. Those are pins that I can't show you. That's how prepared I am. I just got home and I've been working on a quilt that I'm going to show you a picture of the quilt I'm working on over there. Okay, magnets. I got black magnets. So I'll go with the black. Also got black handles. They're not the same kind of handles, but again, they'll go with this modern look. I think I'm going to change this though. Okay, so we have black and we have black. Then I also got us a couple of these little clips. So thank you, Joyce, for giving me one of these clips. I'm going to put some clips in this bag. Okay. Anyway, if I forgot something else, and I wonder if I got a coupon. Hang on. I know we're not doing much sewing right now, but, oh, yep. 50% off. Valid Sunday, July 15th to August 22nd. 50% off one thing. Well, that's good. Okay. Let's first figure out what we're going to make the outside shape and size of the bag. Let's do that. Let's put all of these things aside. Let's look at what we have here. Again, send what you're working on to Lynn at simplycolorful.com. And after we figure out what size and shape our bag will be, I will go look at and see what you've got. Wasn't that interesting? That puckered a little bit. And is this the same size? Yes. And it was really hard. I mean, Jean was in a foreign land working on this. This is so beautiful, this knitting. Meaning she didn't have her own tools. So this is 12 inches from here to here. I think that might work just fine. Oh, look at this. How cute is this? Here are the pockets. Oh, we could put it on the inside maybe. Maybe. That is so beautiful. Maybe we save that for something else. Okay, we need another piece. Okay, here's the front. Okay, so the front has been sewn up. Okay, hang on. This is so fun. Just going to cut this apart for now. Although I think I'm going to come right back and sew that on. So these are the two arms, sleeves. Okay. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this along the bottom. And then, see, the sleeves are really low, so I might have to add some more there. We're kind of sculpting with this, aren't we? Okay, so let's put this over there. Hope you can see this okay. This is incredibly fun. Okay. Here is what I'm going to do. Put this right along, and I'll use this as my straight edge. And then I'll cut it away. No problemo. You know, no matter what this looks like, it can be a bag that can hold, you could use it for Christmas ornaments. Or I was looking at Christmas fabric and I thought that might be cute for an inside. And the quilts I'm working on, I have so many quilts. Thank you folks for dropping them off and sending them. The one I'm working on right now is a fall theme. It's for, there are two of them. They're kind of reverse, and they're done for a couple that's getting married. So this is one of them. Can you see the leaf motif that's being, let's see. I don't know if you can see it a little better there up at the top. Doesn't it remind you of fall? Woo! And I just saw a text. Who's out there? KB! Hi, KB. KB says, wee, this should be fun to watch. Oh, good. I'm glad. Just like a train wreck's fun to watch, too, sometimes. Or a car crash. How many people can drive by a car crash and not look? Okay, I'm going to turn on my machine. I've got two colors of thread. I've got the off-white and I've got the black. And KB, I'm glad you're out there. I'm glad you're all out there. Okay. Oh, and I have pictures from Becca. She sent them. She's been working hard. She sent them a few days ago. And you'll see I have my walking foot on in the hopes that that helps feed the bottom piece. Okay, it's getting caught there. Oh, something's happening. Oh, I think we're getting little wool fibers coming up. Let's see if it's... Okay, I'm going to start again because looks like my thread shredded. My thread shredded. There was lots of traffic going to the Cape when I ran over to Joann's tonight. Here in New England, course, we're heading right into, we're in the middle of summer. And by the way, okay, now what? Oh, there's a mess underneath. Well, my goodness. Let's get the lint out. The little lint cleaners didn't swing by since we did our Dear Jane. No, my Dear Jane's not done. I hope that made you laugh. Okay. Got that. Got this. Let's pull this up. Okay. Here we go. Must have the wrong thread in this. Just broke. The thread just broke. Jean's sitting at home saying, see? You thought this was going to be easy. Okay. What are we going to use instead of this polyester thread? I'm going to try cotton. That may not be the problem, but it's worth a try. It's a lot of layers we're asking it to go through, I know. But you can do it! You can do it, Bernie! Broke the thread again. Huh. I am shocked. What the heck is going on? Well, all right. So when in doubt, clean everything off. I'm even going to take my walking foot off. Let's take that off. Just make sure we don't have errant thread. And let's put cotton in the bottom too. Bottom bobbin. Let's go with this. I've got Aurifil in the top. I'll use Aurifil in the bottom. So when in doubt, you just go back to the basics. Make sure the machine's threaded, right? Oh, I bet I need a bigger needle. I've got a very small needle right now. I'm going to do black on the top. Okay, here we go. threader isn't working. It's okay. Okay. Huh. This is not starting out well. Let me see if I have another bigger needle in here. Okay, yep. I'm using a 70-11 here. I'm going to go up to an 80-16. Let's see. Okay. Now this thing won't work. Oh my goodness gracious, don't get me started. Huh. That's gonna stink if that's broken. Okay, new needle, new thread. We don't have any lint in here. The lint. Oh, speaking of lint, I have definitely decided it's time to make covers for my machines. Although maybe it's just but the nature of by working with so much fabric, you just have to keep dusting. I have lint everywhere. But it's all good because it means I'm using fabric. I honestly don't. Oh, it's working. Huh. Look at that. No idea what wasn't working. And knock on wood. It keeps working. Ha! What a mess. Okay. I'm going to cut this off first. See this? It wasn't straight. And then I'm going to do a second set of stitches all the way across. Because I think there's going to be a lot of stress at this point because I have not put any interfacing, but then maybe that's where the shape flex comes in. It's working. Okay, so there we have the beginnings of that bag. Let's see. Really kind of cool fabric. It's like rubber, which is polyester, right? I am going to do one more because down here, I only have one set of stitches. Where it kept breaking. Okay. How's that? There's that. And then this one. Oh, Jean had already done it. Jean did 2 rows too. Ha! Okay. She did 2 rows part way. I'm just going to finish this up. Okay. Okay, B. I have an ironing board for you from Joyce in my car. It's pretty. It's pink. It's going to go with your house, your sewing room. Okay. So there's the back of the bag. Oh, this is going to be lovely. Okay, before we go any further, send me pictures. Let's see who's out there. Wow. I may even go a little bit later because I want to work on this. So if we get to 9 o'clock, feel free to bail if you want to, but I'm going to keep going for a little bit. Oh, you guys are out there. Hi, Becca. Oh, Becca says, oh my goodness. She sent me this picture, Jane's Joy. It's a cross-stitch quilt. I mean, it's a cross-stitch based on the Dear Jane quilt. I've never seen that. Are you going to do it? Cross-stitch quilt inspired by Jane Stickles' 1863 work. Dear Lynn, no, I haven't purchased this pattern yet, but it is certainly calling to me. I would use thread from my stash to stitch it. I think it is appropriately named, don't you? Yes, Jane's Joy. I do, Becca. That looks really fun. Wow. You know, you could do this and then call it your Dear Jane, and then you wouldn't have to go through what we're going through. Oh, tidying threads, says Carol. Hello, happy late Friday to you, or early Saturday. She says, hi, Lynn and Fibercasters. Hope you all have had a good week. This is Carol Bell over in the UK. She says, we've had another lovely sunny week, although we've had a couple of heavy showers. Oh, we have to talk about shower. We have 2 around here. She says, but she's been so busy at work that I've not had any chance to enjoy the sun. She says, I finished the quilting on the row by row quilt, and I'm working on all the loose threads back into the quilt and then cutting them off. Oh, good for you. Hopefully tomorrow I will be able to square it up and add the binding. Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. So you have been busy. Oh, and look at how nice your quilting is. Here's another one. I love the contrast of your quilts. Look at that, baby. That's a Simply Colorful quilt. I love it. Love, love, love it. Very nicely done. Kathleen. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Oh, she says me again. So I'm going to, hang on. Okay, I'm going to Kathleen first. Oh, Kathleen, you made my night. The title of this is Sweater Bag. Excuse me. She says, hi, Lynn. I made a travel bag from a sweater. I used faux leather at the bottom. The handles are are the sleeves. I lined it with a nice flower print. She says, have fun. I'll be watching to see how you make out. This is the sweater. That's such a pretty sweater. Okay, there's more. So she sends us the sweater. And she says, this is the bottom. Oh, how cool. So this is the bottom with the leather. See that? Then she says, this is the finished bag. Oh, that is beautiful. And then she sent another one. She says, me again. She says, I used a serger on the sweater to keep it from fraying. Ooh, that's a good idea. I wonder if, so I don't have a serger, but I wonder if I should zigzag. Thank you. Look at this. She also has a zipper on the top. Dear, thank you for sending that. You have inspired me, so I can do this. We can do this. That's interesting that you used sleeves for the handles. Very neat. Thank you, Kathleen. Oh, this is awesome. Becca sent me advice too. She says, iron the shape flicks on before you cut the wool. Okay. That is such a good idea. So I'm going to put it on possibly, let's figure out what we need to do. So we've got this. Let's see how tall this one is. Oh, we need a lot here because I don't know if you can see this. In order to go up to 12 inches here, we need a big piece of the arm and the arm. Let's see if they have the same width. Okay, width and width. Yep, it's the same width, so that'll work out well. Okay, shape flex it is on everything. Let's get the iron going. Put this down and this down. Okay. Oh, here's my phone. I was wondering where my phone was. I'll turn on the dinger. Okay. That we don't need. Here are our accoutrements. Great. Okay, here's my shape flex. We got 2 yards. So, oh, but I bet I have to be careful on, well, I guess it's polyester. It's not, well, I still have to be careful on the polyester. I don't want to melt it, right? What a great idea. And this, of course, will all be covered up by the lining. Okay. And I need to make sure not to try not to iron it to the ironing board, right? Okay. Let's keep letting that warm up. Okay. We'll do this one. We'll cut more shape flex. Okay. A zipper? Kathleen, a zipper? How did you do that? It's like steeking, isn't it? When you cut your sweater in half to put the zipper in? Let's see if this works. Yeah, it seems to be. Oh my goodness. I have the AC pushing my shape flex up. serger is a good idea, right? That's okay. This is going to give it such shape. That's the name, right? Feels so silly. For those of you who make garments, this must look ridiculous. Okay. So there's one, the shape flex is on it, and it's already more sturdy. Okay, let's do the other one. And this is the one we're gonna have to do the sleeves too. I have another quilt to add in this weekend. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing one of the wedding quilts that Becky over at Studio on the Hill in Holliston did with a group of people. And it's beautiful. I'll have to ask her if she will let me post a picture of it. It was a group of people. I think she said they had 7 of them and her made 8, so they formed teams of 2 each. And they sewed, it looks like a queen size quilt. Haven't measured it yet. Look at that. Look at how much sturdier that is. Thank you, Becca. Okay, and you know what I can do? Now that we have that, now we have this. Now what we can do is we can take these sleeves, hopefully, and I can do something decorative. Yep, this is gonna work. It's like we're gluing it back together. I think it's gonna work because I don't want to iron wool directly, do I? All right, I'm gonna just pin a couple of times. Put this over here. I know you can't see this very well. This shape flex is great. Need a few more pins. Okay. There we go. Feel free to multitask, by the way. Do you believe football's going to start soon? I'm psyched. I just think I'm not a hot summer girl. I think I like it's a little bit cooler. Okay. So now we're going to adhere this again to the shape flex. Might be kind of cool if we made the front of the sweater come down a little bit. I wonder what that'll look like. There has to be a lesson in this project. Probably many lessons. Okay, so check this out. We have basically glued back the sleeves onto this piece. And then we can we'll figure out how to do some decorative overlay here and here, like on the raglan sleeve. I know Jean bought some leather buttons, and those would look really cool there and there, black ones. So we may have to go find those. Okay. All right, so now what do? Let's see who else is out there. I need a next tip. Thank you. Man, that was a good idea. Okay. Oh, and time is flying. I'm definitely going to have to go a little bit longer than 9. Okay. A text. I wonder if this is Joyce. Good. I bet this is Joyce. She says, good evening. I can't believe you're tackling that project live. Good luck, my friend. You can do it. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you're out there. Annie. Annie in Sioux Falls. Hello. Annie says, Annie's probably made 2 bags since we even started talking about this. Okay. Annie says, I've had a busy week and it's good to relax with you. Oh, good for you. I mean, I'm glad you're just relaxing. She says, I've made felted bags, but not out of an already finished sweater. She says it's an interesting idea. Does your machine have trouble sewing through all that thickness? It did there for a while, but now it seems okay, knock on wood. It is a workhorse. It does do pretty well. She says, I don't do much sewing during the summer because my loom is in an unheated part of the house, so I can only weave during the summer. Oh, so she weaves in the summertime. I did, however, get my hexagon quilt quilted and bound this week. See what I mean? She got the whole hexagon. Are you kidding? You're amazing, but not much else, she says. Dear Jane will have to wait until it gets cold again. That's a plan. Oh, my goodness. Tonight I'm just relaxing with some knitting. I'm too tired for anything else. Hope everybody has a great weekend. P.S. I can and do drive by a car crash without looking. Oh, good for you. Look at that hexagon quilt. Annie, that is just beautiful. Oh, and I love how you quilted it. That is great. Did you do it on your long arm? That's beautifully done. You'll have to tell me how to do that. Look at that. Wow, Annie, thank you for sharing. And she says, I can and do drive by a car crash. Good for you. I can learn from that. Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Dawn says, I'm looking forward to a relaxing night of sewing with you and the fellow FiberCasters. She says, it's been a busy work week. For me too. You know, our second quarter ends next Tuesday. And it has just been a crazy, crazy week. I wonder if, I know our fiscal year's off, but maybe it's end of month things. She says, so I am all for relaxing. I love sewing bags, she says. My favorite so far is the yoga bag I designed and made to hold my mat and supplies. Ooh, you'll have to share that with us someday. In fact, my mother needs one of those. She says, enjoy a terrific weekend. Thank you, Dawn. You too. There was I wanted to share Becca's quilt finishes, and then we're going to go right back to this. Becca went on a quilt retreat, so she's getting ready for Missouri Star. Again, if anyone wants to go to the Blue Elvis, that's what they're calling it, Missouri Star Quilt Retreat in January, come join us. Isn't that nice? It's so light and delicate. I like that. And then here, this is for her husband's friend, who I think worked at NASA. Tessellations is what it's called. Tessellations. Let's see what I'm remembering. She says, Bob studied aerospace engineering in college and is a fan of all things NASA. Yep. The quilt back is a fabric with planets. That's great. Ah, I'm so glad you're all out there. Thank you. Let's keep going on our bag. Okay. So. Question is, how long do we want to make our bag? I think we just want 12 inches. I just want to go straight across there. You can use this. We'll have enough to make mittens. Okay, there's that. So let's see how far up we have to go for 12 inches here. Yep, that'll be good. What are we going to do? I'm going down to the floor. Hang on. We have this left over, more of this black. We've got our black handles, right? I don't like this for the inside. What are we going to do instead of this? I may not do the lining tonight. So these will go in each side. And without the lining, I can't do the pocket. And what I really need to do here is find some sort of, I almost want to do a braid. If I could find some trim that's in this color that matches my lining, I could do something fancy there. What I thought was, once we decide on the lining, then I will use it to make some tabs that will sew in between the lining and the top. So they'll be good and sturdy, I think. So that'll be good and sturdy. But I think I might be at a holding spot. Huh! I think we really are, because the only colors I have over here. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this. Did I show you the fabrics my aunt sent? Not that they go, but since they're here. And then I promise I'll let you go because we might have to do a part 2. Who knows? Maybe you know what? I could turn on the camera tomorrow after I get the fabric. Remember I was telling everyone about the fabric from Burlington? It arrived. This one is so interesting. This one has postage stamps on it. And this is from the 70s from a shop up in Vermont. I wanted to show you. So it says France and New York, Paris, but here it says Bombay, which is now named Mumbai. And of course, in preparation for the show a while back, I looked up why they changed it. I can't remember why now. But that's how old this is. What else did it say? Rome, Fredericksburg, Virginia, Kabul, Brooklyn, New York, New Orleans. So anyway, great fabric. I am definitely going to do something with this. These, I don't know, I'm not a big fan. They look too camouflagey to me. So if anyone has any ideas and has any interest in these, let me know. There's that. Okay. I think, let's see who else is out there. And then I think I need to go find us some lining and we'll do a part 2 of the bag this weekend because I'm going to be here quilting all weekend. So I can just turn on the show. Okay. The show. The camera. Oh my goodness. So remember Annie we just showed Annie's quilt. I want to show you this again. And take a look at how beautifully the quilting is, how it's straight lines going this way and this way. So Annie reports she doesn't have a long arm. She sits down to quilt because of mobility issues. She says, I quilt on a domestic machine, a Juki. Oh, I've always wanted a Juki. Don't they go really fast? I've always wanted one, she said. So she says her Juki is a 2010 named Julia. She says, my method was to put my walking foot on and just eyeball it straight down the rows of hexagons. Wow. Every other row diagonally each way and one direction straight across every other row. Wow. And she says, I love making bags and I think some thrift store sweaters are in my future. Oh, please do share. Thanks, Annie. That would be great. Oh, and Kathleen reports her bag measures 13 by 22 by 5 in the bottom. It's a great idea of a trim on the arm seams. Thank you. She says it's a great project. I didn't have a pattern either. I just winged it. You can do this, my friend. This is so much fun. Ooh, that black is great for inside. Ooh, have a great week. Thank you. You too. Excellent. Becca says strips to cover the connection between the sweater front and sleeves. Could you cover or connect the two pieces by covering the seam with a 1-inch strip of the wool or of the black? Becca, thank you. Yes, I think we have consensus here. So somehow, either with black or with a trim, and I dropped the black again. I'm not sure I want that black. I don't know. I like your idea though. You mean maybe even use some of this? Another problem I have though is how my machine's going to go through multiple pieces. But thank you. We're on the right track. So I will look for something for that. And then I think I saw one more here. Hey, I love this. Do you do this on purpose, Sandra? So Sandra is always our last comment of the night. Sandra in Mississippi says, "Hi y'all, I'm just watching tonight and eating my supper with you. Ooh, yummy." She says, "And wow, a neat project." She says, "I've been working on a baby crochet blanket for my Cover Girls group. Haven't done much last couple of days as the doctor gave me a new blood pressure medicine and think it is slowing me down even more if that's possible. LOL. Oh, you're funny. Well, I'm glad you got new medicine. That's important. And I hope it evens out." She says, "Oh, well, maybe I'll adjust to it soon." Yep, I hope so too. If not, go back. She says, y'all have a great weekend. Hugs from Sandra in hot and going to be rainy Mississippi." Thank you, Sandra. You too. And on that note, I want to send out well wishes to everyone, whether you're in the UK with some rain, or if you're in the Pennsylvania area with those flooding, or if you're really down in the south and you're really hot. Take it easy, take care of yourself, and enjoy your weekend. So with that, I think I will turn off the camera. I'll go find us some lining. Tomorrow, while I'm here in the studio, I will turn the camera back on. I don't know what time, so let's just play it by ear. And enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thanks. Bye. Oh, and thanks for the tips. Bye.